broken out in his backyard, had just received a $20 million deposit from the Americans. She then informed him about the target's whereabouts and urged Jack to act quickly before River was released. However, Jack said he still had unfinished business in Munich. Once he handled it, he would proceed with the mission. This time Jack disguised himself as a driver. He subdued an actual driver, took his glasses, and transformed himself into a motorcycle taxi driver. His target was a man named Hans Lang. Although Hans Lang was heavily guarded by a team of bodyguards, Jack managed to shoot the bodyguard in the passenger seat with a single shot, then abruptly drove the car into a narrow alley. After receiving a call from their boss, the bodyguards immediately began their pursuit. Both sides raced through the streets of Munich at dizzying speeds. Eventually, Jack used roadside obstacles to block his pursuers. He stopped the car and turned to look at Hans Lang. Hans Lang clearly realized what was happening. He hastily swore that he would pay Jack the remaining balance and would give him any amount of money he wanted. But this wasn't about money. Hans Lang frantically tried to smash the door to escape, but no matter how hard he hit it, the door wouldn't break. Jackal calmly took clothes out of the car trunk, changed, and threw a timed bomb into the vehicle. When Hans Lang's bodyguards arrived, they were greeted by a deafening explosion. Watching everything unfold from a distance, Jackal casually turned and walked away. However, he didn't know that his backyard had already caught fire. His wife and family had broken into the safe and discovered his secret workshop inside. Seeing the mask molds, the stacks of passports, and suitcases filled with cash from various countries, his wife was utterly shocked. Jack also witnessed the scene through his phone. For the first time, he found himself facing an incredibly difficult decision. Should he go home to put out the fire, or should he head to America to assassinate the world's richest billionaire and collect a $100 million reward? What happens when an assassin's true identity is exposed? Jackal shot a policeman in the head and then tossed the gun to a nearby truck driver. Under the driver's bewildered gaze, Jack fired another shot. He hadn't planned for any of this. Initially, it was just a minor accident. His car had bumped into the back of the truck. But the truck driver refused to let it go and called the police. During the inspection, Jack's identity was exposed. Jackal staged the scene to look like a shootout between the truck driver and the police, with both dying in the process. The real reason Jack had been distracted while driving was because he saw his wife discovering his secret workshop. Jack called his wife, asking her to meet him in Paris, France. When the time came, he promised he would explain everything to her. The bald man was about to visit a sniper from the list to check on him. However, Bianca asked him to send her the address instead. She wanted to go by herself. The bald man explained that he wasn't the mole. Everyone was extremely tense at the moment, and their superiors had ordered checks on their personal phones and emails. But clearly Bianca only trusted herself. The former sniper had graduated from sniper training school many years ago. Seeing the list, he recounted the situation of each person on it. When he learned that Bianca was looking for a sniper who could take down a target from a distance of 3,815 meters, he said he had never heard of such a person. Even if someone like that existed, it wouldn't be any of the people on the list. However, he mentioned hearing about a legendary figure in the sniper world named Duan who might be capable of such a feat. But apparently during a mission 10 years ago, Duan's entire team was killed in an explosion. Bianca didn't fully believe his words. She contacted the bald man again and asked him to investigate the mission in which Duan supposedly died 10 years ago. Meanwhile, Jack's BMW had been damaged earlier in a collision. Upon arriving at the hotel, he immediately removed the license plates and wiped all traces of himself from the car. Worried that the vehicle might be discovered, he even took a car cover from the neighboring vehicle and used it to hide his own. Next, Jack patiently waited for his wife to arrive. He locked his handgun inside the safe and put on his wedding ring. Not long after, his wife knocked on the door and entered. Without saying a word, she slapped Jack across the face. Jackal confessed that he had deceived her even before their marriage, but his love for his wife and child was genuine. He was afraid that if he told her the truth about himself, he would lose her.
What is the truth? What do you do, Charles?
I'm a troubleshooter.
What does that mean?
So, big companies, multinationals, when they